Hello Wargames, it's me Callum from Banter, and in today's video, 40k, Age of Sigmar, Gorka Morka, and what else? Okay, so as you will have known from a catch up with Callum a little while ago, I have a bit of a problem. I like so many game systems, and I want to play them all. Right now on my desk, painting up some Harlequins. Recently painted up some zombies, built up the stuff for my budget Sigmar for this month, which I will do a video on shortly, hopefully. And I need to paint up a Necromancer and 10 zombies. I love that. I absolutely love that element of Age of Sigmar, how custom it can be. I love 40k because it's the same, it's the narrative, it's the fluff, it's fun. You've obviously already seen I've done a Gorka Morka mob, and work on that truck continues. It's basically what I do when I'm having a bit of a hobby block. It's my way of just going, I'll spend 20 minutes on this and hopefully that will help me sort of focus again. So we've got those game systems, you know. We've got, obviously I'm going to play Kill Team. I love Kill Team. Heralds of Ruin, best Kill Team ever. Harry and I played a few games about a year ago. And we've since then talked about doing more and more Kill Team stuff. I do want to also collect a 30k army in the form of Word Bearers. I've got my list written. Hopefully going to get Calth over Christmas. Hopefully get on with that. So obviously it's fair to say I've got an issue. Well, the issue continues. I am going to get into Frostgrave. So you'll obviously already seen, we did a little co-op battle report with Kablams a little while ago. Harry is invested in Frostgrave already. He's enjoying the game, and he's talked to me about how fun it is because of how quick it is and stuff like that. And so yeah, why not? I figured it's a small skirmish game. The entry costs are fairly low. You can just get in and enjoy it. Now, my warband. So the big thing about Frostgrave is you have a wizard. He's your leader. Then you can choose his team, his warband. So that you will have a wizard, and 99% of the time you'll take an apprentice because they give you more activations, more magic, and that's kind of point of the game. That being the point of the game, and me being who I am, I'm not going to take an apprentice. My plan is to make what I will call the Fellowship of the Treasure. Now I have a list on my phone right here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the rough idea that I have had for my Frostgrave warband, which I will be getting a hold of hopefully beginning of December when I get paid, and we'll go from there with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take you through each individual at a time. So we're going to start with my wizard. So I will be taking obviously this standard wizard. He is Gandalf. He some say he's pretty wise, and he's kind of iconic for his level of magic ability, if you will. So I'm going to take, let me just load it up. My plan is to go with, he's an elementalist in terms of his spells and stuff. That's his specialization, and that's about it really. I think it'll be kind of fun. But we go on to the soldiers. So first of all, I've got myself a knight. Now, not a mounted knight, just a regular knight, you know, sword, shield, chainmail. Some might call him Boromir. He is going to be my beat stick, hopefully. He'll probably also die in every single game I play. Sort of in the first turn. He might get lucky and make it all the way to turn 2, but I'm not got my hopes up. We've also then got a marksman, who is Legolas, because of his bow, you know, that kind of ranged attack. And now we have 3 little fellows. First of all, I've got myself a pack mule who's going to be Samwise, because obviously the backpack, the saucepan, I mean, it's what he's built for. It's what he's built for. I then have 2 treasure hunters, which I was going to play as thieves, but I know that they're not quite as good. So my 2 treasure hunters are Pippin and having a mind blank, but I'm pretty sure it begins with an M. Pippin and, oh man, that's tragic. Do you know what? I'm going to pause and I'm going to come back and say the name. And just as I was suspected, it's Merry. So it's Pippin and Merry, and they're going to be my 2 treasure hunters. And they're basically going to be there to just grab all the extra stuff. Definitely not thieves, but I reckon that they are just about the right height for stealing from coat pockets. And finally, I'm going to go with a captain. Now, the captain is basically like a regular soldier, but he gets all the upgrades. Like, he levels up and stuff, and he's a bit better. So we have Aragon. Of course we do. Of course we do. So you may or may not have noticed the theme. I am going for a Lord of the Rings Frostgrave warband called the Fellowship of the Treasure, led by Gandalf and Aragorn. Now, I recently got into Lord of the Rings. That's a fair understatement. I literally only watched it this summer for the first time, but in one day I watched all of the extended edition trilogy, original trilogy. I don't want to watch The Hobbit, they kind of look boring, but I watched it and I just fell in love with it. I thought it was so freaking cool. The mass battle towards the end, the whole story development, I just thought it was so cool. But I didn't really want to get into the entire game. Frostgrave came around, I've been toying with the idea more and more, and I've just decided that, hey, now is the time. So over this Christmas I will hopefully have finished up a warband and we'll be playing a couple of games of Frostgrave. You've obviously just heard my initial plan, my Fellowship of the Treasure. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. This does not necessarily mean I'll be stopping other bits of content because of it. I'm hoping it'll be more adding content because of it. So you'll still get your 40k, Age of Sigmar. I'm going to do a little bit more on Gork and Morka hopefully. We're going to have obviously this Frostgrave. There is the 9th Age, which obviously I have mentioned in the past I am taking a short break on. I'm going to try out possibly Kings of War as well. What else do I play? Not sure. Stuff. So thank you ever so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave those comments below. Do you play Frostgrave? If so, is it impossible to play without an apprentice? I've heard it pretty much is. I like defying that, and I like playing to the fluff anyway, so there you go. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. Don't forget, have fun.